Ooh, Season 7 of 3v3 League. This is the 5th division playoff final. Still a best of 5. Once again, we have Frontline as the designated neutral starting map, but we have a different set of home maps picked here. First pick for the host, Applejack, is Cape of Storms. We saw that in the previous set in the 6th division playoff as well. Water Nomad for Brabros, which is always chaotic and fun. And then we have some bans, the more open land maps, Colosseum off the charts, or off the menu. Brazil, full water map ban as well. And then another pick in Hideout, and, well, I guess Arena was the first pick. Granbara, Land Nomad out, but we will be starting with Frontline. What we can see on Frontline, I mean, I don't really know the meta of that map. There's some laming, so if there's any goths here anywhere, that would be something for the middle position. But typically speaking, it would be like you still have one pocket civilization in the back, so Persians, Khmer, Sicilians, Teutons, Magyars all come to mind there. Cumans could be a safe one for Applejack there, but that might be an arena pick as well. So maybe Lithuanians or Huns in the back. And then we'll have Saracens or Koreans as the archer civilization, perhaps, and Incas. Incas Japanese maybe for Applejack team. Let's just hop into Frontline and see what they bring us. Red Clifford, not saving Persians for the Cape of Storms hybrid map, going for them as the kind of a... It's kind of a pocket position, right, in the back of the map, because you'll be relatively safe behind two of your teammates, and will as a result be keeping your economy more safe and can use your cavalry to use that mobility to catch up with your teammates' armies. Persians, Great Boom, Town Center, production speed increases by 5% each age, basically, starts at 5% more efficiency. And we do indeed have the Goths. I didn't see it in draft right off the bat, but Belgium is moving right out with the Goths. Goths, villagers, basically get instant loom, because once you click the loom research, it researches instantly. And Belgium is going to make the most of it here. It's going to try and find the second boar, I bet, as well, and try to lame that one. But for now, it's just stopping Joey Pura Vida of Plebby Chase from being able to push in any of the hunt. And that's obviously going to take a toll on your economy at home, because it's one less villager working, but technically also not losing villager time, as you will be not be spending the usual 25 seconds researching loom. Blue loses a scout, green comes to help but is weakened and still can't take on both a villager and scout like that. 4 of the deer down for Joey Pura Vida, at risk of losing even 2 more here. So arguably good value from the Belgian. Goth's villagers carry more hunt as well. Will not succeed in stealing the board, but could... I guess if you're feeling really ballsy, you could also move over here as the Belgian and take out even more hunt. But there's definitely value that's been had here by taking out Blue's starting scout and even weakening Green's scout a little bit. So, that's the end of the Dark Age aggression, I guess. Goth's villagers also carry more hunt, or the hunt is longer lasting. Was that changed? Was that added? Suddenly I'm not so sure. I'll have to brush up on that. Yeah, the villagers can still carry 15% more hunt, and the hunt lasts 20% longer, so they really buffed Goths recently in that regard. Could in fact carry just over 40 food from hunt, this villager, if you'd decided on taking out as much as you can from it. You can speed this up a little bit, because I think the Dark Age aggression is done for now. Very well that. Green Scout going down. We put a video with the Ethiopian barracks. Did lose the starting scout. Did go to gold, but that got a little bit compromised from the early aggression era. This matchup is a bit of a classic, by the way. They've both been playing several seasons of the league, so they've met before. They know who their opponents are. They probably know some of their strengths and weaknesses at this point. So Joey tried to get at least some of the hunt back from the decayed tier over here, but did lose most of that extra food from the hunt, which is more than 800 food total from 6th tier. Both the pockets are making the scouts, but the Magyars of MT Explorer, more scouts, and also instant forging, which means more attack. So Applejack needs to replenish some of the scouts. He is the Franks, so the Franks have more hit points. They take better fights against the Huns. No, yeah, against the Magyars for that reason. Belgium moving out with what was supposed to be a man-at-arms. It's technically not an opening, because Belgium's opening was really a lame approach. But let's call the man-at-arms a follow-up here. The archers already out for Joey Puravido though, so the men-at-arms are quickly cleaned up here before the Belgian can do anything in particular with those. So Trebuchets recovering nicely here. It also looks a bit like, we didn't really talk about the civilizations because of the early laming here, but there are two cavalry civilizations for Trebuchets, so they really want to play the mobility and the strengths of cavalry for this map, with the Huns far in the back and then Franks in the pocket position. Huns also providing 20% faster working stables as a team bonus. The range of the Belgian gets denied, so there won't be any archers from the Belgian just yet. Might need to replace that foundation and build it somewhere else. Preemptive defensive tower on the gold as well to secure that gold from the archers' aggression. It's not the greatest of towers, because the archers could still technically camp up north and hit the gold miners. But maybe the idea was to kind of protect some of the farming economy with the same tower as well. Applejack now with more scouts than MT Explorer. This is a feudal age heavy game, but we do have players in the castle age as well. Both of the pockets, if we can call them that, in the furthest back of the bases are in the castle age with knights now. Belgium is really taking a beating here. Does get punished for that early laming with the Goths. And did of course buy some time for his teammates to get their army compositions rolling, but is it enough here? It's difficult to tell, as the Belgian isn't providing any military at all at this point. While I guess Applejack isn't currently either. He's lost all the starting scouts, or the opening scouts. Range will finally complete, but is archers and crossbows your long-term solution with the Goths here? I feel more like Goths need to... Goths would actually be decent in the middle position here to get like a boom and economy going, and then... Or maybe even the back position, and then just set them up for a late-game infantry spam domination. It's cavalry archers from the Yomites in the back with the hounds. They are cheaper for the hounds. Red Clifford could actually deny this stable, or at least delay it quite a bit, but I don't think he even knows that the scout is pounding away at the foundation over here. Not sure if it would have made a huge impact to deny that one though. And to explore with quite a few of the remaining scouts, making life awkward for the opponents as best they can, but also being chased down by Applejack's knights follow up here. The score pretty even here. It doesn't really give any tells here, except for the fact that Trebuchets have twice the army count by now, which is of course of concern for Brabros. However, here comes the castle age for MT Explorer as well. So all of Brabros in the castle age, while Joey Pura Vida is still lagging behind, struggling to keep up here, had to double up on the army production to be able to defend here. That's the vulnerability of being in the middle position here. You are going to be the one taking the beating initially, and then you have to make army to buy your teammates time to stabilize and get to their military compositions for as the game goes on. Cavalry archers I like against what I was going to say was a double cavalry approach by Brabros here, but it's actually the Magyar's cavalry archers as well. They are stronger than Huns. They get full upgrades plus recurve bow from the unique technology at the castle. Speaking of castles, we have a Gothic castle, and the Belgian is committing no less than 22 villagers to complete this castle, which also will deny one of the precious stones of Trebuchets, but more importantly, reaches both of the archery ranges, the production buildings, and will create an opening into Trebuchets basically. But this is 2/3 of the Belgian's economy going into this castle here. Of course that castle will complete, but at what cost? Is he going to keep mining stone and drop another castle, or what's the follow-up plan here? In the meanwhile, Daniel White is taking the opportunity to raid Red Clifford at home base because the stone wall or the walls aren't really nearly. Walls are far from complete for Ravros at home base here, and is trying to flee, but where is he going? A little bit of a panic moment here for Red Clifford. This might be genius, it might be disaster, depending on whether the cavalry archers can follow. A little bit of a quick wall there, but losing some numbers already. Ballistics is in, so the cavalry archers will be hitting more precisely. Now, as long as that gate stays closed, the cavalry archers can't quickly catch up here, and there's a new town center for Red Clifford. Should be able to secure this woodland and some stones. Ooh, 3 stones in the middle. That's a beautiful TC spot right here, if you would be able to. So Cav Archers fighting Cav Archers, reinforcements coming for MT Explorer as well, has more Cav Archers total. Also, yeah, they're even in upgrade, but Red Clifford is joining in with some cavalry as well. Could act as a meat shield in between them. Don't know if it's worth chasing the group of Daniel White's cavalry archers though, because it would be a relatively even trade. And you typically don't want that. You want to take the best military trades you can and leave with larger numbers. Provida taking advantage of the instant pikeman upgrade of the Ethiopians, adding a few together with the crossbows to keep any enemy knights from easily engaging against this group. Military-wise, Plebuchets have twice the military size. They have to deal with the cast and the ability to approach from that angle, but they could still move through the sides because there isn't any evidence of walling to the sides to fully cover the base for Ravros here. A bit awkward for the Belgian here, trying to move out for the side golden woodland, but the villagers get picked off, loses a couple in the process, has lost 14 villagers so far this game, in fact. Meanwhile, Droid isn't too bothered about the castle, just walls behind with stone walls and will rebuild the ranges elsewhere. Most likely you can't really produce from these anymore, not comfortably anyway. Ah, he's pulling it up to the back. I guess that's fine. Big rage from Plebuchets now. They're fighting with 2 armies against 3 because the Belgian hasn't really provided that much. I guess Huskars are still an option here for the Belgian because there are cavalry archers and crossbows, in which case the Huskars with their pierce armor would handle that well. But the knights numbers from the Franks are increasing as well, which is more of a concern for the Huskars because they are weaker in melee fights against a strong hit points and attack unit like the knight. Not going to see any Imperial Age here anytime soon. Another defensive cast in the back here for the Persians. Could limit the impact of raids from the west angle, southwest angle here, or northwest, I don't know. Call it. Good army coordination from Plebuchets, though. They're keeping all 3 armies combined. Cavalry archers not. Focusing down the Magdal. Yeah, Brabros really facing the pressure here. They've even spotted the Trebuchet's even spotted the expansion to the side there. Just does not allow Brabros to freely access the resources to the sides, while mainly pressuring the middle as they are doing. I guess we'll need Imperial Age here to deal with the defensive castles eventually, but Imperial Age is on the way for Danielmite. The Huns also have more accurate trebuchets, which helps in any kind of Trebs war. So the first focus will probably be... I mean, we're going to need a castle from Danielmite as well if the trebuchets are going to make a difference here, and there is stone being mined. MT Explorer lost 36 villagers so far this game. It's not looking great in terms of villagers. Red Clifford hasn't taken that many losses, but also isn't providing nearly as much military as the Trebuchet side is doing. 3 Mangonels could be fatal for the ranged armies here. They certainly are vulnerable, but look at the HP difference here. Is Bravaros still walking into a slaughter here in this army masses, and all 3 Mangonels go down without any value at all as well. It's a great pick-off from, I think it was Applejack there, focusing down the Mangonel first and foremost, allowing the ranged armies to dominate yet again here. 133 ability to 35. Still feeling more Mangonels here, so Belgium doing its best to provide some kind of offensive capabilities, or defensive I should say, for the team. But once you can keep an eye on the military count here, it's really is military numbers domination from Trebuchets on this first map. The GG well played is called. It's just too... hey, GG. That's still too much military to deal with here. Well fought. We'll be going to Brabros' first home map, which could be Arena next. Could also be Water Nomad. Early laming maybe set Brabros more back than it gained them an advantage. Economy not really even close here between the teams. Trebuchets for the most of the time kept their cavalry players safe and untouched, which allowed them to use that mobility of knights and cavalry archers to take the game home. Let's tick off the civilizations here, Hans. And there was Magyars. Was it Franks? I messed up. Hans, Franks, Jokins. Against Magyars, Persians, and Goths. Second to last pick, so Brabros not quite prioritizing front line here, but looks of it. Working on the assumption that Arena is next. I expect to see Bohemians and Bengalis. Sicilian's last pick, otherwise I could envision some shenanigans with them, but let's say Teutons, Bohemians, Bengalis. That should be a good combination for Arena. Portuguese. Honorable mention to them as well, but that might be a water offensive. Applejack's gonna go Cumans from pocket, most likely. Or doesn't have to be Applejack, but stinks. That reeks of Arena, that Cumans pick. Unless... yeah, it could be for hideout as well, but let's say Arena, Humans. Spanish? No, Spanish is a hideout pick. So Humans, Malay. No, Humans. Poles. I don't know what the third one could be. It could be Humans, Poles, Celts. Celts for the siege. Only one way to find out. Here we go. It is indeed Arena. So let's have a look at what Brabros have in store for us for this one. MT Explorer to the right hand, or south side I should say, southwest with the Bengalis. Are we going to see some Monk Siege shenanigans here perhaps? Rathas, Amas, or just Elephants domination? Remains to be seen. Getting back to that. Berries in the back, Golds in the back, Stone in the front though, but... yeah, if anyone was ever thinking about tower rushing, MTX4 here is just not a map you'll succeed very well with that on, because even the berries are in the back. Everything is in the back except the stone. From the pocket position, we have Robotic Pro. Their lowest rated player is, I think, is in the 900s ELO. Around there. But that's not to say you can't provide a solid pocket performance. So, Teutons pocket, great boom for the Teutons. Great siege and cavalry melee options overall. Belgian, it's gone for the Bohemians. Hussite wagons comes to mind, castle drop Hussite wagons, or just Imperial Age domination with Hofnisse and I don't know, hand cannoneers, bomber cannons, gunpowder domination at least. They have great monks as well, so you could still monk rush with Bohemians for sure. Their instant mining camp upgrades helps a lot with that. The economy for that. Joey Puravida has gone for the Spanish here. So we'll probably try for a castle drop and conquistadors. But you know that the Bohemians most likely will want to get the castle up nice and early as well. So it's not certain that the Spanish will have any great impact with the castle drop and conks play here. From the pocket, we have Applejack with the poles for this one. And they also have options with the unique unit from the castle, the Obuk, which strips the units of armor. Great against most melee units, really. Also, insanely cheap knights and cavaliers once you have the unique technology researched. And a great farming economy with the Folbark providing housing space and an instant 10% food income from each farm you see around it within its radius, impact radius. Finally, Daniel might with the Malay, so not saving Malay for Water Nomad here. They're going to go for Malay on Arena, which is always a good pick for Arena as well. They go through up through the ages more quickly, so you could take advantage of an early Imperial Age or early Castle Age power spike. Speeding it up a bit because the Dark Age of Arena tends to be uneventful. There's some idle time on Bravros' side here, so they're slightly falling behind in economy. But aside from that, I expect most, if not all, of the players to go fast Castle Age here. Looks like trebuchets are slightly earlier off due to lower idle TC times. However, MT Explore first app, Blacksmith Market, going up here. And already 4 on gold. I'm getting Monk vibes here, Monk Rush vibes here. But we'll see. It's going to reach the castle age first. Daniel White still in the feudal age. Just now placed the Blacksmith Market. It's something you see with Malay on these close maps. They go fast feudal age, get the eco upgrades nice and early, and boost their economy that way. Oh. Robotic Pro has found his way inside Joey Puravida's base. Revealed that there are indeed 9 villagers on stone, and guess what? That's gonna be a castle drop. Let's see if Belgian is on stone. Belgian is not on stone, so unironically might be vulnerable to a forward castle drop for the Spanish here, but he's expecting it. As you can see, he's all house walling behind here, so as to make sure that he gets a heads up once that castle gets placed in the face of his base. Meanwhile, Robotic Pros just try to gather as much scouting intel as possible before the scout eventually goes down to the opposing side. 3 town centers for MT Explorer, so no Monk Rush here. Sag. Could be Elephant Archers, could it? Or maybe that's a Dravidians thing. Good battle elephants. Castle right on the walls from Joy Piravida, not even bothering to hide it. So maybe it's going to pet hard in here. We'll see if Belgium can hold against this forward drop. Even a house wall and palisade here to secure the villagers from that angle. That's clever. $11 farms for the Belgium for now. Only 1 TC, no additional TCs. It's the University Siege Workshop. Looks like a fast Imperial Age approach here for the Belgian. It's going to be 30 villagers soon enough. Has the 2 buildings needed and will be able to click Imperial Age almost immediately here. That should be a way to keep the Spanish from doing too much damage on this side, because that forward castle will be going down shortly after the Belgian reaches the next stage, because Bohemians can research chemistry and castle age, and even though we won't have a castle for trebuchets when you hit the Imperial Age here as the Bohemians, you'd still have the potential of chemistry already researched. And then what's the click now? Go up to Eep! Nope. There we go. So lost maybe 20-30 seconds there, the Belgian, unfortunately. Conquistadors in the making. With the castle already firing away at the walls, but stonewalling behind. All the Belgian needs to do is buy time for this fast Imperial to kick in. Will obviously need chemistry as well, which is costly at this stage in the game. Yeah, there it is. Will be completed before the Imperial Age completes here. Conquistadors now found their way inside, but the stone walls behind here still should be buying time for Belgium to survive here. Barracks going up. That's going to be for halberdiers to protect the bombard cannons, perhaps. As you can see, chemistry will complete before Imperial Age, so instant bombard cannons can be made. A little bit low on wood for the Belgians, only 6 on wood, so could get tough to afford what it needs, but it does have a market. Which actually the castle should be targeted now as the weak spot for the Conquistadors to enter. I wonder if Joey Puravida realizes that. Just going to try to get through the walls, and with the Conquistadors right on the walls like this, it's going to be really hard to re-wall behind as well. Where are the petards, man? Just petard in! Still making the conks. If he gets through, that's going to be dangerous for the Belgian. But Belgian just reached the Imperial Age, just now getting Loom. Nice. Only one TC for Daniomite. Not even sure what the plan is here. University coming up. Not really much aggression happening on this side, so MT Explorer freely booming away, got way more villagers than the opposing side. Meanwhile, the Belgian still hasn't made any bombard cannons. It's just 17 wood short of the bombard cannon production, but opts for range instead. It's going to go hand cannoneers against the conks here. Get those siege weapons out! Deal with the castle! Whoa! There we go. Bombard cannon in the making. Don't necessarily need a lot of those to deal with the castle hand. Castle is the only army production building for Joey Pura Vida at this point. So losing the castle means we'll need to reveal one at home, which it does. And the Belgian, of course, with the fragile economy going up to the Imperial Age just like that, also didn't take any economic damage. So he's been doing well so far. Hand cannoneers against conks. Slightly better base accuracy for the hand cannoneers, so that helps. Castle's gonna go down, nothing to do about that. Conquistador production resuming at home. First castle for MT Explorer over here, also just around the corner of Imperial Age, getting ballistics. Applejack scouting what's to come here, but yeah, Trebuchet is mainly in boom mode. They are behind in villagers, to be fair, as MT Explorer will also be give 6 more villagers once the Imperial Age kicks in with the Bengalis. Very much boomy bonus. Conquistadors trying to move over here to deny the castle. It's almost going to succeed, but that's they're just not here in time, unfortunately. Spotted a little bit too late. There's a few more villagers for MT Explorer. Covering the forward gold here as well, and now what? Lots of ranges. Going for the power unit that is 11 Dodgers. Nice. Conquistadors trying their best to find damage, not quite succeeding, not even touching Robotic Pro in pocket. I mean, sure, they know that Robotic Pro is the lowest rated player on Brabros team, but that's not to say that if you leave someone lower ranked alone for long enough, they can't be dangerous. Only 3 minutes 30 seconds of idle time for Robotic Pro. Also entering the Imperial Age with the Teutons, which will be deadly in any player's hands. You have the option of strong siege weapons with the Ironclad Siege, and you have cavalry, obviously, that could work here as well. Currently, the Teutons Paladins would be doing just fine because they would be stronger although slower than the Poles Cavaliers. And there's... yeah, they would deal with anything on the field right now. You can actually fast forward this one a little bit, because there's not much action happening currently. They're just massing up. Elite Elephant Archers for MT Explorer. I mean, if you're going to break through those walls with Elephant Archers alone, that's going to take a while. Parkton Tactics coming in as well. Increasing the damage further for the Elephant Archers. Meanwhile, Daniel White has gone for the Arbalists, but Arbalists don't really trade well versus mass Elephant Archers. Your solution here for the Malay has to be shitloads of elite skirmishers. And even then, you'll be struggling against the Teuton's Paladins with a combination like that. Conquistadors dealing with some of the builders, diminishing the amount of production buildings for the Explorer. Top side, just some house walls for Joey Pura Vida. Not much happening up here. I don't even know what Daniel White is up to with these forward filters. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Poles. Seemingly endless cavalry spam incoming here. I don't know why Jack is opting for the Hussars. Maybe he wants to conserve gold for a little while. Doesn't necessarily make sense. But maybe they produce more quickly. Maybe that's the idea behind the Winged Hussars. Just stalling out the gold until they can secure a trade line in the middle. It's full-on hand cannoneers and bomber cannons. Gunpowder power from the Belgian. 2 castles for the Spanish on Joey Pereira's side. It has to be a gather point failure or something. Unless Daniel might have some sneaky plans up here with the Malay. I keep sending villagers. What's with the villagers going this way? Belgium has actually opened this base kind of now for cavalry raids to enter. Bomber cannons will be going down. They will be chased by the cavalry. That's a worthwhile trade any day for Abjack. Meanwhile, we'll keep an eye on the blue villagers if this is a mistake or if they're actually planning to place a castle up here or some forward buildings for the Malay. What would I know? It's a steady trickle of single villagers going up north. Oh, let's see how the elite elephant archers are doing.
Yes.
The Teutons have joined the field. Almost 40 paladins out and about for Brabros now. You'd think they had the economic advantage, but the Belgians' economy just not quite there yet. Seriously, what are these guys going? Why are they here? Elite Conquistadors now for Joey Pura Vida. He's committed now. It's like a misclick to me. Meanwhile, Brabros are trying to establish a trade route at least between MT Explorer and Robotic Pro. While the Belgian side isn't quite safe yet. They need to wall all the way over to his side as well for that trade line to work out. Even the Poles Cavaliers, they're no match for the Elite Elephant Archers. Only one of, even just one of these has 300 points. Is ridiculous. And when you're amassing like 60 or more of them, they're just incredibly hard to beat. Maybe with the Vietnamese Imperial Skirmishers and also the Poles Cavaliers spam. I mean, if you patiently gather enough of them and get close to the Elite Elephant Archers, then maybe. But realistically, you need like 100 skirmishers or 8 to 10 siege onagers and get some lucky shots in to deal with an elephant archer mass like this. The elephant archers close to home base, still massing out of most of the ranges, not all, but really, so the Trebuchets are pushing well, but still an uphill battle for them. Look at the 74 Teuton's Paladins on the field somewhere as well. Robotic Pro, you need to patrol! There we go, we found it. Nice. Got Paladins, 180 HP, Cavalier 140 HP, even if they're cheap for the bows. The Paladins will win. Especially with the Teuton's extra melee armor on top of that. They're still weak to ranged fire, so a massive war blast like this is not going to be looking to robotic pros advantage. Trebuchet is about 30 builders more, otherwise the military size and value is quite equal between the teams. Belgium gone into the helps now. They have some extra bonus damage against cavalry as well from the Bohemians' civilization bonus. Still committing to the elite conquistadors here for Joey Pura-Vida. Top of traps as well. Joey Pura-Vida might actually be able to push the Belgian on his own here without his teammates' help, which should make it easier for Trebuchets to push down south here. The gold's only going to last you so long, and MT Explorer doesn't have any gold left. They are not really trading. Robotic Probe just barely started trading here. It's not even a very long trade route, is it? How many goals there? 60 elite conquistadors? It's not numbers you want to mess around with. Trebuchets now with slight military advantage here. Joey Pura-Vida keeping the Trebs alive as well. It's only a matter of time until he punches through to the Belgian's base. Belgian opting for it. Oh wait, that's a forward castle. So yeah, Belgian only has one defensive castle here. It's 2 layers of walls, but still with 6 Trebuchets. 7 in fact. They're going down quickly. MT Explorer will be able to hold here for a while, but if the Belgian is out of the game, suddenly it becomes a 2 vs 3, and Joey Pura-Vida could help push down to the south side to a larger extent, and then Raparos would struggle hard to come back. Yeah, all the trebuchets forward now. Only one villager starting that forward castle, but there's not much Belgium can do about this. Walls are going down rapidly, and even with some paladins from the Teutons helping out there are barely any paladins left. Don't think what the Crow has the gold to replenish those paladin armies, and even though the score is deceivingly close, this game is going to scale out of hand for Brabros really quickly, because once Belgium is out, suddenly you can start pushing the Teutons, and there aren't any gold units left for the Teutons to hold off against this mass of elite conquistadors, almost 60 of those. Looks like we might even have a paladin switch on the way, or at least light cab hussar raids here from the Spanish market. It's an easy weak spot to let the conquistadors in there. Yes, there are quite a chunk of halberdiers here, but they would still be dying quickly to conquistadors at a distance. Elite elephant archer numbers going down as well. No more elephant archers production now. Switched into light cavalries on the gear coming for over what they call. With the elite skirmishers in mind, conquistadors not really moving here, but they're still dealing with the halberdiers pretty decently. Halberdiers mainly focusing on the trebuchets. I guess what the building is doing now here now is trying to buy some time for the other side to push back. But there just aren't enough units on the field for Brabros to get away here. Keeps 3 trebuchets alive, has the forward castle to produce more as well. Trebuchets fighting at population cap, whereas Brabros are down to around 400 population here. Now only 27 elite elephant archers left. Not a deadly mass anymore. And Dynamite has added quite a chunk of bomber cannons as well. And when the elephant archers are stacked up like this, the bomber cannons could even have get some value here to get some good hits in. Elite skirmish count increasing. Don't really see any siege onlookers here, but now the Belgian base is breached. Only one castle left as the defensive fortification here to limit the impact of the raids. Here now tries to house wall things out, scrambled for some emergency repairs, but the winged hussars are in, and the trebuchets trebuchets will deal with the defensive castle here shortly, because there's only so long that the Bohemian stone count will last here. Hussar raids in empty explorers economy as well. The villager count will diminish. Don't think the gold situation has really... I mean, it's decent. It's not horrible. There's still gold income for them. Maybe a little bit thanks to the trade, but not much left of the Belgian at this point. The base is breached, castle is down, and he has to deal with 40 elite conquistadors all on his own. It's a 2-0 for Trebuchets. Built to score though. Just out of pure value and pretty dominant KD ratio as well, but not enough to bring the game home for Brabros. Untouched economy for Applejack over here. The society score should show a minimum of builders lost as well. Times. And let's move on to Brabros' second home map, which is Water Nomad. Bohemians, Bengalis, Teutons for Arena, No humans for arena, so that has to be their hideout civilization then. While Spanish, Poles, and Malay came out victorious for this one. Even though Water Nomad to come, one of the most chaotic maps there is. Let's just hop right into it. In 3 coming up, Water Nomad. Relatively few surprises here. Celts and Georgians. I guess Georgians is a good Water Nomad because of the mule cart. So you don't need to build a lumber camp early. But look at this mess. You start with 13 population, that's 6 fishing ships and 7 villages, and dream town center spot for your Joy Pura Vida. Right on wood, stone, and gold. This shouldn't even happen, guys. That's ridiculous. Anyway, that's the starting TC spot, while the other teammates settle over here. Danielbite and Applejack sharing a woodland could be an advantage, could be a serious disadvantage, depending on how the game develops. Because it wouldn't take a lot of army power to deny both these players of woodlands when it's set up like this. Red Clifford Dravidians will get 200 wood once he reaches the next stage, which means that the blacksmith will essentially be affordable immediately. And this is a galley map for sure. There's any terrain on this map is passable for by ships, and most of it is for land units as well. But you never see land units on Water Nomad. It's going to be galleys most of the time. Rarely fire galleys. There's going to be full-on galleys and a race to the feudal age to deny resources as quickly as possible. Down south we have Empty Explorer with the Portuguese. Extra hit points on the ships for the Portuguese, or the warships. The Belgian with the Armenians settling very close to Joy Pura Vida. I wonder if it knows. Joy Pura Vida certainly knows. Belgian, I mean, he's seen the houses, so he probably knows something is up. Yeah, they're flaring it. So yeah, Armenians, Dravidians, Portuguese, top tier water civilizations, all of those. Celts probably for the wood gathering. Great, Georgians maybe for the mule cart. Let's see if Daniel might made one actually. No, you start with one with the Georgians actually. Hey, you could even shortfish the deep fish here with this TC, so it's a good TC spot as well. So let's speed this up a little bit. They should be entering the feudal age shortly. Daniel might already up at 15 population. That's real early. Does he have the resources to make anything out of this? He has one dock. He's making one galley. No, it's 2 docks. Sorry. So both docks producing. But is it too early? If you go up too early, that could hurt you as well. Like only 10 builders bringing in. You did not elite 5 builds. This is Empty Explorer. Why should they? Maybe they've been having some discussions as to how to nerf the opposition in between the games. I mean, even a tower is viable here for the Belgian now. The Belgian could actually spend that starting soul, because Water Nomad tends to stay in the feudal age anyway, so if you send some builders here, place one tower here, then you can focus your ships elsewhere later on. Focus already, Coonfish is feeling confident, this Belgian guy. Armenians galleys fire 2 shots. And when or if you get to the Imperial Age, you could also research the unique technology which gives Armenians demolition ships a larger blast radius and extra range for the galleons and the Romans. Autonoban, one of those typical maps players have a love-hate relationship towards. Check out the map favoring galleys big time. It's kind of hard to keep up with the aggression here as well, because there's going to be stuff happening everywhere. Dynamite is chasing Empty Explorer over here, who just got fletching as the first player. Even ahead of Dravidians, which is a little bit interesting given the bonus of the Dravidians. Green joining in with teal over here to try and match the numbers of the Belgian here. Bravo's actually behind in military numbers, but Belgium seems to be holding his own well here. The team coordination on point for Plebiches as well. They are able to take out some fish and take good fights against the Belgian here through teamwork, with one military going down there. Let's have a look at the... I won't see the EKD here. Red Clifford taking out 3 tow units over here. And the Explorer now joining the Belgian here to try and set back Joey Gravida and Applejack up to the north side here. I still won't see that tower on the wood line, because that would force Applejack to relocate as long as it's outside of the town center range. Villager almost gets sniped there, but Empty Explorer doesn't get the final shot. Bravos 23, 21 for Plebiches in terms of military. Now working together, Empty Explorer and the Belgian. Really keeping Joy Puravida on the back foot here, now able to snipe some of the gold miners as well. So the Belgian force to relocate over here, but Joy Puravida has been harassed constantly here at the home economy as well. You can see from the worker efficiency here, it's not good for either team. It's going on the other side here, but it's Dynamite is holding well here by the looks of it. Applejack, where are your armies? The galleys scrambling over to Joey Puravida's side to try and help him stabilize here, but Bravos, eco lead and military lead, and increasing that one. And the beauty of mule carts is that you can just, it's a portable lumber camp, you can just bring it along and find a new place to gather resources, so you're, generally speaking, less vulnerable to raids. Now, Waternovan, typical map that, if it even goes to Castle Age, it doesn't go on for very long, because whoever... Oh! I had to stop there for a moment and see Empty Explorer getting 5 builders with a sneaky demolition ship. And only 23 builders left for Joey Puravida. A huge setback there for the economy of Plebiches. 12 builders lost for Grey so far. Great performance from Empty Explorer. Even in the middle of all the galley fighting, there were no galleys or counter fire to snipe that particular demolition ship. But Clifford also keeping up with the army mass of Dynamite. They're dead even in galley numbers. But Dynamite does not have fletching. So when it comes to fighting here, Red Clifford will also definitely be getting some great trades against the blue ships because one player is fetching, the other doesn't. Applejack now losing the very exposed gold mining builders over here. I think Red Clifford maybe just commit here. Almost 20 builders lead for Bravos now, mainly through economic kills. MT Explore 16 eco kills total. I'm not sure if Red Clifford has realized that blue doesn't have fletching. It's 9 ships against 15. Maybe it's not worth taking the fight at this point. But it's certainly snowballing into Bravos' favor big time here now, even though the military count is close enough for Trebuchets to maybe be able to catch up and through team coordination get back somehow. Explorer and the Belgians never going to let Joey Pura Vida get away with undisturbed economy here. The builders now moving to the north side to stones and gold over here, which I don't think Bravos have scouted, so that could be giving Joey Pura Vida a little chance of a comeback here. Green and Grey working together. Still no fletching for Joey Pura Vida either, which hurts a lot in these galley vs galley matchups. Devil! Oh, good spot by Applejack. Doesn't let MT Explorer get that hit in. That's good. So we're walking into dangerous territory, isn't he? Oh. We're just watching that. They go out all the way over here now with some galleys. Could even out the numbers here, take out quite a few of MT Explorer's numbers, but MT Explorer is replenishing at home base. Trebuchet is currently 10 military behind still. Where are the Belgian armies? It's up north, and he spots the tower going up once again. Joey Pura Vida is going to lose numbers here. I mean, you just relocate the mule cart here again, that's no big deal. You could even camp the tower with these galleys, but to be fair, the Belgian galleys are needed over here now. Or are they? Red Clifford is here, suddenly. So he's found his way over here as well. Bravos twice the military count now, way ahead in the economy overall. They've got 6 fishing ships each, which would explain quite a bit of that villagers lead. They also have more villagers total. It's not looking good for Trebuchets for this one. They can't keep up with the military count. They are losing builders left and right. 25 builders lost for Joey Pura Vida. Yeah, the only players really fishing is Applejack and replenishing or adding fish while trying to reclaim the water with galleys. Maybe not be the smartest idea. Joey trying for some fire galleys now, but it's going to need fire ships here at the very least. There may even be enough galleys now to take out the TC of Joey Pura Vida. There are 15 builders inside, but they are going to... Joey Pura Vida could get almost defeated here. It's going to lose the TC to galley fire. And that's the GG. What a flex. What a flex from Bravos to take out freaking Town Center with Gallis here, the only flex the whole series, to be honest, says well, a flex is a flex. And that's one game from Bravos. So far. Oh! So we have something do we expect for the next game then, huh? Empty Explorer, man of the match, possibly, with the 54 to 29 KD here. Economy-wise, obviously, Bravos ahead. They were the aggressor throughout the whole game here. 5:23 few late for the Inuit. Arguably too early for Water Nomad for the gay audience, but we'll see if there's some merit to that, if you could actually pump out more galleys early on. Max villagers for Joey Pura Vida, 26. Brutal. Autumn Nomad, check for Red Clifford team. 2 home maps left for Applejacks. Trebuchets. I guess we'll see Cape of Storms first. They're not required to pick that first. But it's usually the way to go. Celts down, Georgians down. Was the last div? That was Japanese, okay. Relatively late picks. Celts second to last pick. And Armenians, Dravidians, and Portuguese, wasn't it? Just double checking. Taking that one. Cape of Storms next. Italians, Lithuanians, Mayans would be my guess. And then leaving Cubans for hideout. Whereas for Bravos, would we be seeing a Berbers pocket here? Berbers would have some advantage on water as well with the faster moving ships. Byzantines, not too unlikely. And then maybe a Saracen's flank. Then you'd have naval and land capabilities with all the civilizations. Let's see for game 4. Oh, it's hideout, okay. I see we get this goes out window then, but here we are with hideout. Potential decider game. First home map of Trebuchets. And we have Joey Pura Vida going for the Mayans for this one. Instant loom because Mayans start population caps since they start with 1 extra villager. Archers are cheaper for the Mayans. They have plumed archers from the castle as well. They have eagle warriors, which they could use for raids late game, but they will probably open with straight archers or possibly even fast castle crossbows on hideout, depending on how the game develops. In the pocket, we have Applejack with Black Humans. Which means we could be seeing the second town center built in the feudal age to kickstart the boom for the humans and come back in the castle age with a stronger economy and hence more ease of affording more units. The setback obviously being you're leaving your flanks on their own to hold and defend against a potential feudal age push 2v1 from the other side, or if all of Bravos just decide on going fast castle age instead, they'll have an easy time pushing the humans away because they'll be delaying their castle age a lot by going through the second feudal age town center. Daniel White with the Incas providing an instant llama for each team member, 100 extra food, facilitating any fast castle age approaches. Incas also, Mesosive, they also have eagle warriors if you want to. They could go Men at Arms towers because the Incas stone costing structures are 15% cheaper. But they may also just go straight archers. We'll see what it becomes. Red Clifford, gone for the Saracens here. Saracens going to go archers on a map like this, unless you want to do the ultimate flex and go for full elite Mamelukes late game. But you wouldn't do that from flank, I'd say. Archers of the Saracens, team bonus, breaking through buildings more quickly. Plus 2 bonus damage or some such against buildings. In the pocket of Barabros, we have Empty Explorer. Now playing as the Khmer, doesn't need any buildings to go up to the next stage, which means the Khmer could go for a... I've seen 22 population fast cast stage with Khmer into a straight 3DC boom. It's possible. But again, it's going to be kind of the same with the humans. You're putting yourself in a vulnerable position with a low eco uptime like that, and you're dependent upon your teammates buying you time to get that economy rolling before you can take any advantage of that fast up. Finally, we have Jens as the Vietnamese on the other flank here. At Archers comes to mind, the unique unit from the castle. But also be straight archers or some kind of infantry opening here. Remains to be seen. Let's speed it. In the sides, shouldn't be any surprises here. On team game hideout, you kind of know roughly the distance between players, and this is certainly close enough for feudal age men and arms towers aggression if they want to. It's a 19 population up for Red Clifford, 2 on gold. Gonna be the straight archers, not any men at arms. For this one, range for the Incas as well, so Danielite going for the straight archers. Is it 1 or 2 ranges? Well, it's 2 ranges. So they'll both be going... Ooh, no barracks yet for Red Clifford. That's a costly oversight at this point, reaching the feudal age and not being able to place the range instantly. That's going to give Danielite an advantage here for sure. Left hand side, barracks going up for Jens as well. Jens is going for a 23 population up here, so that's on the slower side. Could even be a fast castle age approach, but it's not really going to gold, so it has to be something else in the planning here. Placing house foundations right next to walls to make it harder for Joey Pura-Vida to break through. Joey Pura-Vida also with the double range archers approach here.
Yes.
Range blacksmith for the Vietnamese players well. Extra hit points on the Vietnamese true range units. Gas stage right there for Empty Explorer. 24 population. The stable is up. The gold income is there. Also placing a market to tweak the resources a bit perhaps to be able to afford some more cavalry units. Should be a good way to combat the feudal age aggression of trebuchets, but they need to do some serious damage. The straight fast castle age is the appropriate approach, by the way, because Applejack is going for the 2TC feudal boom. It's going to establish a serious economic lead for trebuchets here if this goes uninterrupted. You know what, massing up the units here, not really moving out yet. It's double ranges for Saracens as well, but because the barracks was placed so late for Red Clifford, the archer's production is lagging behind as well. Jens opting for some skirmish defense here. Has the 2 ranges. House walls as well, outside the range of the archers. We just need to survive long enough for Empty Explorer to get some of that army production going. He isn't really... Oh, his house, that's why he's not doing knights. Oops. 2 knights would easily clean up this this army mass from Pura-Vida. Or maybe not without bloodlines, I don't know. Knight popping out, armor coming in as well. 1 knight won't be enough to clean up these archers, though. I'll need at least. I mean, if you work together with the archers, maybe. Jens deciding to engage here, going to try to fight uphill, has a couple of knights of Empty Explorer joining in. Extra hit points on the Vietnamese archery range units as well helps out here, and Joy Pura-Vida needs to focus the knights now. That's going to be a potential cleanup for Rabros. Clippers moved out with the Archer Mass to the right hand side. 18. A group of 18, but the Mayans player close. Inca's player close to clicking up. Just lacking the food now. Also has significantly more archers. It's going to be an uphill battle for Red Clifford. If he runs into an engagement here. Is pulling them to the side, maybe going to try to sneak around and get to Applejack's position. Applejack now in the Castle Age. So Cuman gone unpunished into the Castle Age. Now 53 villagers and counting. Double stable. Production of cavalry, not an issue here. Is enough on golden food to both keep both TCs running. And, no, maybe not, but keep both stables running and at least 1 TC in the Castle Age as well. Could quickly come to overwhelm the opposing side, the humans now. Bloodlines in, attack and defense in as well. No bloodlines for Empty Explorer, although Empty Explorer much earlier to the Castle Age has more knights out. Like Joy Pura-Vida has defended the aggression decently here, losing only 1 villager so far. Humans production only halted because of house issues. Still no bloodlines for Empty Explorer, that hurts here. But the archers are through on Applejack's side, so Applejack will need to commit some military at home as well. Not sure if this is a disaster. Red Clifford will be losing all of these archers before the Castle Age and crossbows can be researched. Does get some eco pick-offs though, so there's that. But if Applejack just patiently masses enough of the knights here, he could comfortably engage and clean up these armies. He has 6 knights and not really that many more on the way. But Daily White comes from behind as well with the archers group, and they will clean up this for the mass of armies from Red Clifford just like that. Oof, only 2 eco kills for Red Clifford. That's lots of archers going down for little value, unfortunately. Jens keeping the armies close to home while approaching the castle age here, a sensible approach. Some massing up units for MT Explorer. Still no bloodlines for MT Explorer. So says something about that much of a fast castle approach over the Khmer. That the bloodlines get that much. Maybe it's even forgotten about it at this point. Really sets back the strength of the Khmer armies here, but they are joined by quite the chunk of Vietnamese crossbows, so that will help for sure. It's just that Trebuchets, they are dead even in military with Barbaros at this point, but they have 20 more economy because of that nice and early feudal age eco boost of the double DCs with the humans. 28 farms. Even the Khmer with their good farming has 8 farms less. Therefore, sort of behind in the economy and upgrades situation. Maybe a little bit too passive for Barbaros now. They're about to be hit at home base. Red Clifford just about to reach the castle age, and this timing is just impeccable for Barbaros to break through at this time. Maybe they're suspecting the Saracens to be up soon. They won't easily break through here, but they have extra range with crossbow vodkin for the Incas armies here. Will pick off quite a few of Red Clifford's archers before the upgrades can research. Crossbow vodkin coming in, but breaking through a palisade gate here will pick off even more archers before Red Clifford can engage with the proper upgrades here. Knights and Step Lancers. Running past the archers rather than engaging. Here we go, getting this round, and yes, crossbow vodkin kicks in, but Red Clifford is still going to lose all of the mass and will be completely overwhelmed by the mix of almost fully upgraded humans, knights, and Incas crossbows here going to take some serious losses. And there's a push from Grey on the left-hand side as well. MT Explorer probably will need to move over to Red Clifford to try to salvage remainders of the economy here, but it's taking huge losses now. Only lost 9 builders to all of this, so there's at least there's that, but it's still not a pretty sight. Look at the worker efficiency, 23%. Jens's base at risk of getting breached as well. Mangonel pounding away at production capabilities, defensive siege worker here. And for the pathing was just horrible. Listen, I was cursing at the screens already. I get that. New and improved pathing, guys. New and improved pathing. More nights streaming in. It's Bloodlines finally in for MT Explorer. Moving in to try and remedy the situation here, but 30 crossbows alone can also heal quite smoothly with small groups of knights like that. Applejack even in a position to split up the armies here and chase even more villagers for maximum value. Only 2 crossbows for Red Clifford, no armies to hold against this pressure. And almost twice the military size for Trebuchets, not to mention the economy lead they're establishing now with all of their players adding more town hunters. Catching crossbows off guard here. So the Applejack doesn't stay close to his teammate. A little bit of a miscommunication there, perhaps. Is it enough though? Pretty equal hit points after all. Daniel White pulling back and trying to move closer to the reinforcement of the both the crossbows and knights from this side. So really using Red Clifford as the punching bag here. Nice reminder of how bad TCs are with hitting everything through. That's also never an advantage in these kinds of fights, when the TC is supposed to be able to help out but doesn't. Does end with a 3-1 to the Trebuchets. Draw goes with a dominant performance on Water Nomad, otherwise maybe fighting a little bit of an uphill battle against Trebuchets that have clearly have strong team communication and coordination. They've been playing, I think, every season of 2-3 League as well, and League of Empires before that, with more or less the same squad. So, 4-5 years of team game experience together. Even if your elo numbers don't quite reflect your skill level, they perform stronger as team than as individuals by the looks of it. Great team it just shows in their playstyle that their planning and team communication is on point. Still a good set though, and not a sweep, which is always nice. Right, so that's Hideout, concluding that with 3-1 for Trebuchets, using the Incas and Mayans and what saves again? And Cubans for that one. Hey there, Graf, Frank, and viewers. Thanks for the raid. Sorry to say that this was the last game I would be casting of this session. So I guess I'll have to pass you along right into the ads. Sorry about that. That is unfortunate. And we had the Khmer, Saracens, and Vietnamese for Red Clifford's teams.